7 days after the deception, they appeared at my doorstep, faces red with anger, eyes sharp as blades, lips tight with rage. But it was too late. I eased the door open, leaned against the frame, and gazed at my wife's brother as if I'd known he was coming. Because I did. His girlfriend trailed behind, bewildered but loyal, like a puppy following its owner to the slaughter. I thought to myself, this is what truth feels like when it's too heavy to hide. It began with a quiet dinner plan and a betrayal that cut deep. Not with a knife, but it might as well have been. Christmas will just be family this year, my wife murmured, her eyes glued to her phone. I was scrubbing grime off my hands after a 12-hour day at the garage, my back sore, smelling of sweat and steel. Just family, huh? I said. She paused. A pause that said more than words ever could. My brother's bringing his new girlfriend. First time he's introduced someone. He'd prefer you not be there, she said. Your job might make things awkward. I didn't respond, just held her gaze a moment too long, then said, got it. That was the last time I played along. 6 years of marriage. I loved her once. She loved me back when I was the guy who patched her tires for free, who worked overtime to chip away at her credit card debt. My rough hands were a badge of honor then. She called them proof of a man who built something real. But somewhere along the way, real became a burden. I played the part on Christmas morning, kissed her cheek, wished her a safe drive, and stayed behind like the embarrassment she thought I was. But I wasn't idle. That day, I worked on something else. A month earlier, her brother had shared a photo online, a quick snap, his hand on a woman's arm, captioned "Big news soon." She was tall, poised, wearing a bracelet I recognized, a rare handcrafted piece, the kind you only see on someone who moves in elite circles. I knew that bracelet. It belonged to a woman I'd worked with 3 years ago when I was chief of compliance at Varnell Capital. She wasn't just some high-flying consultant. She was a con artist, siphoning off client accounts, small sums spread wide, clever enough to go unnoticed by most. Not by me. I flagged her, handed the evidence to the board, but instead of action, they offered me a payout and a non-disclosure agreement. They called it a clean exit. They valued her more than the truth. I took the cash and walked away, not out of fear, but because I don't fight fires by shouting. I wait for the right moment to let them burn. When I saw that bracelet in the photo, when I heard my wife echo her brother's lie about me, I understood. They hadn't just turned their backs on me. They had no clue who they were up against. In the weeks before Christmas, I dug into my old files, backups I'd kept because I'm not careless. The records were old but damning. Then I ran a discreet check. The girlfriend had a new identity now. Same face, different name, new firm, same tricks. I compiled it all into a dossier and sent it to 3 places. Her current company's ethics office, the state prosecutor's desk, and her parents' mailbox. No signature, just facts. Christmas passed quietly. I spent it elbow deep in a vintage Camaro's engine, hands steady, mind clear. I waited. 7 days later, they showed up. No knock at first, just tense silence. Then her brother pounded the door, shouting. My wife stood beside him, eyes wet. The girlfriend hovered behind, trying to hold it together. She's under investigation, her brother roared. You think this is a game? You tanked her career. I stayed quiet. My wife stared at me, like she was seeing a stranger. Did you do this? She asked. I met her eyes. She was skimming millions. Still is. You didn't know her because she changed her name. I didn't. Her brother thrust a creased letter at me. My own words, a breakdown of the girlfriend's schemes, marked up in blue ink. Their father was a retired cop, a man who valued honor above all. I knew exactly what he'd think of a fraud in his home. I turned to my wife. You were embarrassed of me for turning wrenches, but you let her into your family without a second thought. She trembled. You could have told me, she whispered. I nodded. I tried in my way. You didn't hear me. The girlfriend stepped forward, her composure cracking, but her boyfriend pulled her back. She was starting to see the truth. The woman she'd brought to meet her parents was a house of cards. She stormed off first, cursing under her breath. Her brother followed, still defiant. My wife stayed. What's next for us? She asked, voice breaking. I didn't answer right away. Instead, I picked up a folder from the counter and handed it to her. Inside was a draft divorce agreement. No attorneys yet, just a clear, quiet end. You chose image over substance, I said. Now you see what both really are. She broke down. I didn't. There's no thrill in watching someone crumble under their own choices. Just a calm that settles in the aftermath. I don't wear ties anymore. I wear oil stains and scars with pride. My shop's got a wait list now. Turns out, honesty pays. Patience too. Every Christmas, I set an extra place at my table, not for her, but for the lesson. Truth always finds its way back.